Hello everyone, I am so happy to see you again. If you hear a rumbling sound in this video, it is a tree service that is outside trimming some of the branches from my trees. They are grinding the branches and then they are leaving me with all of the resulting wood chips that I can use in the garden. Anyway, I have a couple of friends who are coming for drinks and nibbles later today, so I thought it would be fun to make some easy party appetizers. So I have some recipes here. We are going to make chive pesto, and we will use the chives that are in the garden. We are going to make homemade hummus, and for the first time in my life, I'm going to try this recipe for sheet pan quesadillas. And the first thing we need to do is buy some ingredients. So please take a short drive with me. We're headed to the local farm store.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
I'm going to put my farm store loot away, and then we can head out to the herb garden to grab some chives. There are two varieties of chives, common chives and garlic chives. I only grow the common variety. To harvest the herb, cut stems from the base of the plant as close as possible to the ground. Now, you and I made chive pesto last August. In fact, we made a lot of it, and we froze it. I only have one jar out of, I think, 8 jars left. So chive pesto freezes perfectly, and once you thaw it, it is so delicious. In fact, it is out of this world delicious. I hope you will give it a try. And the good thing about chives is that once you harvest, the chives will just keep growing. You can cut the plant all the way to the ground, and in about 3 weeks, the plant will be ready to harvest again. It's a very fast herb. Okay, so my chives are cleaned up. I'm going to roughly chop them. And I will put my recipe for chive pesto in the description below. I just put the chives in my food processor here. Then I need a clove or 2 of garlic. I want to process the chives and the garlic just to roughly chop them. Now I need some almonds. You could use pine nuts. Parmesan cheese. Pulse again. Then, with the machine running, I will add enough olive oil through the feed tube until I achieve a thick, rich pesto. This looks just gorgeous. Let's see how it tastes. one of the best condiments on earth. And it's not only delicious on crackers, it's delicious on pasta, on fish, on pizza, you name it. And what did that take? Less than 5 minutes to make. I have a little pesto left over, so I want to enjoy it as a quick snack on crackers. I just love this. We can put this in the refrigerator until party time. On to the homemade hummus. This is homemade parsley hummus. So what I have here are chickpeas from a 15-ounce can, and I did drain the chickpeas, and I've reserved the liquid from the can, which is known as the aquafaba. I'm going to pop this right into the food processor. Then I need 3 or 4 smashed and peeled garlic cloves. Smashed cloves are very easy to peel. And just throw them into the food processor. You can use as much garlic as you like, or as much as you can stand. A teaspoon of salt. Then I need the juice of 1 lemon. Then I need a small handful of parsley. Just roughly chop it. The food processor will do the rest of the chopping. Then we want 1 scallion, just roughly chopped. One-third cup of tahini. Tahini is simply sesame seeds that have been ground into a smooth paste. In it goes. Then I need a dash of smoked paprika and a tiny dash of cayenne pepper, just for a little heat. A tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and about half of the liquid from the canned chickpeas. I may add more of this later. Pop the lid on. I'm going to process this until a smooth hummus develops. Scrape down the bowl. I want to check this for both taste and texture. So we're nice and thick. This is delicious. But it will be even more delicious if I add a little more tahini and a little more salt, just a tiny pinch of salt. Clean spoon. Perfection. Now we can decant this to a small bowl. I like to make a little swirl in the top of the hummus. Add a drizzle of olive oil. garnish of smoked paprika. Beautiful and delicious. I love the little green specks from the parsley. Cling film, and then this can go into the refrigerator. Now, for the first time in my life, I'm going to make sheet pan quesadillas. And the first thing I need is a diced onion. This is half of an onion. Then I need some bell peppers. These are the bell peppers that you and I cut up the other day and froze. I just need to dice them. Then I need 1 pound of ground turkey. So this filling is a ground turkey filling that I'm going to spice up and saute. Let me grab my electric skillet. I love regular quesadillas that are made in a skillet on the stovetop. But when you're having a party, it's great to have sheet pan quesadillas because they will feed a crowd. A little oil. This is avocado oil. Now we can saute the vegetables just until they soften. That will take about 4 minutes. This smells just wonderful. I love the sights, the smells, and the sounds of cooking. The veggies have softened, so I will transfer them to a little bowl. Now we can brown and cook the ground turkey. This is lean ground turkey. Let's season up this turkey. To the ground meat, I'm adding a ½ teaspoon of salt, plus 1 teaspoon each of garlic powder, ground cumin, and paprika. For a touch of heat, I'm adding a tiny pinch of cayenne pepper. This was extraordinarily lean ground turkey. There's virtually no fat in this skillet. Certainly no grease. I'm going to let this cool while we assemble the tortillas. So the recipe I'm following calls for 8 burrito-sized tortillas. So that's what I have here. It also says to brush the sheet pan with melted butter, but that doesn't sound very Mexican to me, so I'm going to use oil. Yeah, when I make regular quesadillas, I never use melted butter. I always use avocado oil or olive oil. And the oil is to help the quesadillas to brown in the oven. I'm going to put some of this avocado oil in a little bowl because I will want to brush the top of the tortillas. So I need a tortilla at each end, and you want the tortillas to be half on and half off the sheet pan. So I have 6 tortillas on the outside, and then I place 1 tortilla in the center to cover this opening. Spread this out. Queso. This is called a Mexican blend. I'm using a lot of cheese. I think the recipe called for 1 cup. I have probably doubled that. Then we need the peppers. Then fold the overhang over the filling. So the recipe I'm following said to add an eighth tortilla in the center here, but I don't see why, so I'm not going to add that eighth tortilla. But I do want to brush the tops with oil. Spoiler alert, this sheet pan quesadilla turned out remarkably well. Everyone loved it. I will make this easy party appetizer again and again. Then place another baking sheet on top. And by the way, my baking sheets are 13 inches across and 18 inches lengthwise. So they are called half baking sheets. I'm not going to bake this off until shortly before my guests arrive, so I will pop this into the refrigerator. Meantime, let's head outside. I'd like to create a centerpiece or a side piece for the appetizer table. And I want to use flowers that I have outside right now. Good news, my friends. The hedge trimming crew is coming tomorrow to shear and shape my boxwood. The shrubs are in dire need of a haircut. I will show you the before and after in the next video. As most of you already know, I typically buy flowers from the local flower shop. But today, since it's May and I have flowers in the garden, I thought I would give this a try. I have no idea how the arrangement is going to work out. And I'm going to make the arrangement in this little pedestal bowl. And we are going to start with boxwood. I think this totally free arrangement looks pretty nice, but I will let you be the judge. When it comes to flower arrangements, I haven't a clue. By the way, the giant allium in this arrangement has a very sweet fragrance. You'd never know that this flower was related to the onion. Oh, my guests are due here shortly. Sadly, they do not wish to appear on camera, and that is a request that I must honor. I'm going to pop the sheet pan quesadilla into the oven. And the oven has preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. I'm going to bake for 20 minutes with this sheet pan on top of the other sheet pan, and then I will remove the sheet pan and bake for an additional 5 minutes. I have some cilantro here that we can use as a flavorful garnish for the quesadillas. I'm serving a simple crudité to accompany the hummus. I will serve an assortment of crackers with the chive pesto, and I will add small ramekins of guacamole and sour cream to the quesadilla board. Well, these baked quesadillas look a little different from the regular quesadillas, but they did crisp up nicely. I need to leave these gloves on because I want to transfer this to my cutting board. You could cut this into any shape you want. I think I will make little squares or rectangles. The tortillas crisped up beautifully, and of course the filling is absolutely wonderful. That ground turkey and the Mexican blend of cheese, the spices, I think this is pretty good. Let's bring our feast and floret out to the garden. Everyone enjoyed this little feast that honestly was no trouble to put together. Thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you feel inspired to try some or all of these make-ahead party appetizers. To see more recipes and entertaining ideas, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a great week, my friends.